Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's been a week. It's time for another One Piece chapter read. Oh boy. I kind of forgot where we left off. I believe, if I remember right, Loki was about to fight while chained to a tree. So, guess we have that to look forward to, unless we cut away to somewhere else. And chapter 1137 is our title today. Let's start with the cover page. Chapter 1137, introducing Shamrock. I don't know what that means. Well, I guess it's time for the Wano rant. Here we go. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 23. Can't believe we've still been going on this for 23 chapters. Infiltrate the sketchy hideout. You got Tama and Yamato just peeking into, I guess, the building we saw in last week's cover story. There's some, I'm assuming, either Yakuza types or, like, remnants of the, I guess, Kaido's crew. I don't physically recognize these guys. One of them looks somewhat familiar, but I'm not entirely sure if we saw them at Onigashima or not. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, there's three guys. We got some barrels. They're peeking in through a paper door. Not much else to talk about here, other than the fact that I love to complain about the Wano arc, because it's not my favorite arc. I don't think it's a good arc. I actually think Whole Cake Island is better, by the way. And that's coming from someone that I don't think Whole Cake Island was the best arc ever either. I don't like Katakuri. Yeah, I'll put some Katakuri slander here, just because I like ranting and complaining about the Wano arc. You know, if Big Mom's involvement in the Wano arc mattered, I think it would have been more interesting as an arc, as a direct continuation. But I feel like it was just kind of stretched out and... what's the Family Guy meme that's going on? It insists upon itself. The Wano arc insists upon itself. It's not that good. It's like The Godfather. Or The Sound of Music. As Randy Troy would say, I guess, what would Randy Troy say? Everything Yamato did, Denjiro could have done it. Or hell, even Okiku. We had 9 scabbards and we didn't fully utilize them. And then Oda felt the need to tack on Yamato as an additional character of importance at the tail end of the arc that, outside of stalling Kaido at a crucial moment, didn't really do much more than add to the clutter of the arc. And ultimately ended up standing and watching. Like a JoJo character watching a stand battle rather than participating in it. Although some people would say that that's peak anime right there, so who knows. Okay, I've ranted on Wano for long enough. I think we can move on to page 2 and 3. Arist Castle, Elbaph. That's right. The crew, or I guess not really the crew, but Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, along with Roto, are heading into the castle. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, no one has dared approach this castle. Or so I thought. But it's clear that someone's broken through the door. And there are no guards standing watch. So this is a bad sign, then? Intruders. But these doors were broken from the inside. Nice catch, Zoro. We'll figure it out when we get in there. Keys, keys, the destruction looks fresh. Oh, I guess while we're on the subject of this, I guess I should stop and talk about this for a bit. I didn't really catch it last week's chapter, but what was her name? Gunko? With the weird, like, bandage wrapping arrow power. I didn't make the connection then because it's been so long since I saw the Reverie arc, but Someone pointed out to me that actually Gunko might have been the person that killed King Cobra. Because he got stabbed through the back or front. I don't remember. Like I said, Reverie feels so long ago. He got stabbed through the front by an arrow-shaped, what we thought was a shadow, but it could have been an arrow-shaped bandage. Some people thought it might have been like a devil tail, and that it came from Imu-sama themselves. But now I'm not so sure. I always originally thought it could have been from any one of the 5 elders. It didn't necessarily have to be from Imu himself. So having it be retconned to being Gunko, I would be fine with, in all honesty. Alright, I'm going to go back to the top of page 3 now. Wait, please, wait, this is frightening. Wow, this castle is huge. I can't even see the ceiling. It's way too big, I can't walk across this. Hey Rhoda, where are the keys? I'm just a common man. I've never been inside the castle. But we're very lucky to have you with us. Oh, Nami's manipulating him. Okay, that makes sense. Really, ultra rare Nami? I was just thinking the same thing. Onward! Alright, page 4 and 5. So this is what it's like in here. I'm overcome with both wonder and fear. Is all this destruction from the intruders? No, King Harold passed after a vicious battle with Loki. What you see are the scars of that fight. A bunch of holes punctured everywhere. It's like a big room they're on like a stone pathway that just stone bridge, I guess, that's going through a courtyard. And there's holes and walls everywhere. That's some serious devastation. Loki is a monster to be sure, but King Harold was also known as a great warrior on his own. Destruction was inevitable. Whoa, it's huge. What are you looking at, Luffy? Wait. Wait. Is this? It's horrifying. Oh god! Top of page 5, this is just a room full of skulls! Why is there a room full of skulls? It's a giant graveyard. Yes, naturally, there are many soldiers in the castle. Loki slew over 100 stout warriors that day. The only survivors among the castle were Chief Jarl and Loki himself. It was such a shocking and bloody scene that it was agreed that the castle should be sealed and left untouched afterwards. Oh, it was such a shocking and bloody scene that it was agreed that the castle should remain sealed and left untouched afterwards. Cool. No respect for the dead, I guess. I guess they don't do burials. Not gonna put them all on a boat and light it on fire? Perhaps it is now haunted by vengeful spirits. Check it out, you guys! Look how big this skull is! Having trouble breathing. It's even got horns! Oh! Oh, the skull has horns! Interesting. Like oars. The largest bones belong to the warriors with the blood of the ancient giants. There are no longer any pure bloods, but some still have traces of it in their history. Is it like oars? In fact, King Harold himself was very large and mighty. Was he just like the biggest giant and that's why he was king? Alright, page 6 and 7. Just look up. I haven't seen that visage in years. That is a portrait of King Harold, the man who loved peace and attempted to bridge the gap between Elbaph and the rest of the world. The greatest king in the history of Elbaph, they say. He looks strong. He's got a big mustache. That's, I think, the most defining feature on him. Got a spiky beard and a mustache. He's bald and he's got, like, pulsing veins in his head. Oh, those are scars. The scarring on his head is where he ripped out his horns. The mark of his ancient giant blood. To him, ancient giants were a reminder of our era of war. He had horns? That takes serious guts, says Zoro. His Majesty's death was a shock to us all. But it was the hardest upon the other son of King Harold. Haruden, who had the most cause to hate Loki for his actions. What, really? He and Loki are brothers? Yeah, I feel like we kind of put 2 and 2 together. I kind of already figured that out. Yes, but from different mothers. Haruden was born to another woman prior to Harold's marriage to the queen. Ah, interesting. So Loki is royalty, but Harold is the... I guess we're more than 8 minutes in. The bastard son, I guess, is the term. You see, Elbaph did not allow for Haruden's mother to be queen. How come? She was from a different giant nation. Why does that matter? You're all giants. Oh, this is the Saul connection that we talked about earlier in a previous chapter or video thingy. Long story short, Saul's not from Elbaph. It's kind of odd that he is on Elbaph, because he mentions in Robin's flashback that he's from a different tribe, or he's not from Elbaph, and there's like giants that aren't warmongers or war lovers. So that means that I guess this queen, or this woman that was not queen, I guess, Haruden's mother, let's just call it Haruden's mother. Maybe we'll get a name for her in a flashback on the next page. But Haruden's mother must have been the influence that made King Harold a peace lover. Let's go to page 8 and 9 now. We're all giants, eh? Do you humans not wage war over land and resources as well? Oh yeah, says Zoro. Giants from other areas will tarnish the blood of Elbaph. You have some really bigoted views about other giants and humans. Oh, but you're different. Don't suck up to me, scum. Aww. So if Haruden's blood is tarnished, why do you ride with his crew? That is a good question, Zoro. I probably should have asked that already myself. Because... Oh my god, he's getting picked on like a bully. Roto the nerd, what a creep. Wow, this is amazing. You can draw sea charts? Show me how to do it. You want to be my friend, huh? Friend? Unlike me, he is a truly honest and straightforward man. Despite being unable to live in the castle with his father and seeing the way his mother was tormented, he withstood all of that pain and said, I want to unify all of giant kind. I'm the man who will be king of the giants! Haruden. And I know you can do it, Haruden. That's Stanson and Gordo, I figure. Alright. So that's just a cut panel back to the party. I guess it's still ongoing. I want to help his dream come true. So you can be reasonable after all. Kinda boring. Sorry, that's mean. Hey, come check it out. Some giants are knocked out over here. Oh, I guess we're gonna find Gunko's handiwork. I guess that she didn't kill them. They're just knocked out. Page 10 and 11 now. Oh! No, we're cutting away. Underworld Elbaph. Ugh. Is it sinking in yet? Wheeze, wheeze. Loki, I told you already, I can't move. What is going on with Gunko's shoes? She's wrapped her weird bandage power around her shoes and like she's walking around like they're on huge stilts now. I have no clue what her powers are. But it makes it look like the arrow is black on one side and white on the other. That's something that's kind of interesting. Receiving a chance to join the ranks of gods is a miracle one can only dream of. And we are offering you that miracle now. It doesn't change our question. A member of the common rabble. stomp. Okay, she's stomping. She's pointing her arrows at Loki. Damn it, not again. Whizzes right by. So your foot's going to accelerate to kick my right cheek. Huh. And after I've turned the other way, you'll give me an uppercut with that fist of yours. Thanks for the heads up. Interesting. Is he using the observation hockey future sight thing? You'll give me an uppercut with that fist of yours. Thanks for the heads up. Those arrows are the confirmed path of my very future. A declaration of unavoidable violence. But it is possible for me to change course. Okay. So the arrows determine her attack patterns, but it sets it in stone like a fixed point future timeline. Pages 12 and 13. So I ask you again, Loki, will you join the Holy Knights? She's walking on one of those arrows. Interesting. Hell no, moron! Oh, that arrow that switched by him and switched, they're still there. So I guess it's kind of like, I said that she reminded me of Medusa with her vector arrows in the last chapter, and I think that rolls true here. It's going to accelerate her kicks and uppercut along the line that's swishing around and swishing up. And that is exactly what's happening in these next 4 panels. Yep. That's a kick. Punch loop. Or I guess from this side, I guess. Kick Loki to the side. Swirl down. Uppercut from below. Fascinating power set. Are we actually going to get the name of this power set? Or is it going to be similar to the 5 Elders where we don't know if it's a Devil Fruit or not? Alright, pages 14 and 15. Okay, Loki recovering from his uppercut. There's a bunch of... What are those? There's like some sort of things stabbed into a bunch of the animals nearby. It's wheezing and coughing. Damn it, you'll regret this. Stop, enough already. Then will you join us? Nah. Alright. He's screaming in pain now. That's enough, Gunko. Oh, wannabe Shanks is gonna say something? I think that's the most front-face-ward shot we've ever gotten of him. So much action in this chapter, so it's gonna be a bit of a shorter video, I guess. If everything is just going to be action, 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 because there's not a lot for me to comment on, because it's like 4 panels for like maybe one thing that's happening whenever there's an action scene. Alright, 16 and 17. You can see the to be continued just below me right over here, which means that we're on the last pages. Oh, he took the hood off. Honestly, he kind of looks like Gildarts. He looks more like Gildarts than Shanks with the hood off. He's got like a braid around his head. Let's change tactics. Contact Marijoa. I'm sick of all these useless people. I'd hoped that we could have settled this more cleanly. He's also got a saber-like looking sword with a similar hilt to the shadowy figure that we saw at the end of the Egghead arc. Could be him. Still no guarantee on that. Commander of the Holy Knights, World Noble. Figureland Shamrock, son of Saint Garling, the 5 Elders. So I guess this is the person in charge of the Holy Knights now that Garling is one of the 5 Elders. He's got a really cool... I like his outfit underneath the cloak. It kind of reminds me of like a cavalry captain in like the Civil War. It's got some weird looking boots too, I guess. I guess Holy Knights are going to be wearing weird looking boots. Actually, I now think about it, it's hard to tell because of the coloring. Gunko's boots and I guess Shamrock here, which is I guess the name of the chapter, his boots, they might be armor. They might be like actual knight's leggings, like greaves. They might be like a full plate. That might be why they look so weird and mechanical looking. And why they're drawn in solid black. They might be like armor, I guess. Holy Knight's Gunko. Arrow Woman. Arrow Fruit. I guess we got the confirmation of the Devil Fruit. Nothing for Figurlin Shamrock, though. The vicious warriors of Elbaph, who conquered the New World long ago, will be brought under the command of the world government once and for all. Well, I guess these are our villains for the arc right here. This pretty much sets it in stone. I don't know if there's a break week next week, so we'll probably resume and do this. I'm probably going to have this video uploaded by Monday the 27th. And I guess look forward to seeing that. Chapter highlights time. Let's go back through and see what I think my favorite parts of this chapter were. Long story short, I actually liked the long history lesson from Roto. For me, this is actually the highlight of the chapter for me. We get to see Roto bond with the crew. We see basically the entire history of Elbaph, particularly the conflict between King Harold and Prince Loki, as well as Harudin's backstory. We also get some hints about the fact that they're technically only half-brothers between Haruden and Loki. That's actually kind of a really big, interesting thing. And then, it's almost all action scene, which I kind of guess I expected a bunch of action scenes last week, because it sounded like a fight was about to start, and we got to see a fight. A fight, I should say. We got to see, I guess, Gunko use her arrow fruit powers to make massive legs and massive fists to then punch and kick around a guy that's chained to a wall that can't move. If you can call that a fight, I guess. And what I imagine everyone else is mostly going to be talking about is going to be the Figurlin Garling thing, because this more or less, I guess, confirms the popular evil Shanks theory. Or maybe this is Shanks' dad. I don't really know. We don't really know this guy's age. For all we know, Figurlin Shamrock here could be like 60. And Garling could be like 70. I don't really know how old Garling is. Garling strikes me as like a 73-ish guy. And this guy could be like 50 or 55 or 60. I don't know how old they were when they had kids. But yeah, it does say that he's the son of Saint Garling, of the Five Elders. We don't get any other title for Gunko. It's still just Gunko. So we got an Oda Blacks for her last chapter, just for her to get another one this chapter. Kind of feels like a waste. I love Shamrock's design. Now let's just talk about predictions for next week's chapter. So, things to look forward to. I would not be surprised if we get an invasion. I would not be surprised if world government ships start showing up to attack Elbaph. Maybe the giant squad from the Marines will show up. Who knows? Maybe one of the elders will show up in person. I'm not entirely sure where the plot of the arc is going from here. All we know is that since the Luffy's group is exploring the castle, they're going to probably get the keys to Loki's cuffs. And I don't know how quickly they'll make it from there to here, but Loki might be gone, kidnapped, or I don't really know. Loki's fate seems up in the air. I doubt he'll die, because I feel like it would be a waste of a character if they built him up this much just to kill him right now. So I'm kind of just expecting the Holy Knights to retreat, or maybe they'll just break him out and drag him off somewhere. That's probably what I think is most likely going to happen. But I feel like this is a recon team getting ready for a main invasion. Which is probably, unless someone else shows up, Shamrock seems to be our main villain. We still don't know who the shadowy figure is that we saw a few chapters ago, and we also don't know who Shaggy is, the person that Loki was talking to on the transponder snail. So that's some other plot threads that I hope that we get some information on in the coming chapters. But I think I don't have much more to add here. Thank you everybody who stopped by. If you'd like to see more of this in the future, or even read along with me, just as I always remind you, you can read the 3 most recent chapters on the Viz Manga website. And beyond that, you can always join my Discord. I let people know when I'm going to be going live there. These One Piece chapters obviously usually happen on Sunday or Monday, because Sunday is when the new chapters release, unless we're on a break week. And I don't really do any other One Piece content on the break week, but I like doing these now, because it's just, I don't want to be known as like a Hoyo channel or a Hoyo show at this point. I like playing some of the Hoyo games, but I like doing other stuff now. In fact, I want to get back to playing the game that you're hearing the soundtrack of in the background of these videos. And I'll probably try to set aside time to do a stream of that game in the near future. But unfortunately, we have a really full schedule of stuff that I still need to record. I still have like not even just record, I have to spend time editing. I plan on finishing my 3.0 playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. It's already finished, I just haven't finished editing it. I'm halfway through editing the final part. It'll probably be up on Tuesday, so look forward to that. It'll be coming out immediately after this video goes live on YouTube. But if you join me here on Twitch, thank you for stopping by, and look forward to seeing more of you in the future. Links are in the description. Blah, 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 blah. That's all for now. See you next time. Ta-ta!